Hi Internet, I'm Tango, and these are Tango's takes. And before this week's take is you reap what you sow. But before I get into it, I'm going to make two statements. The first is that this was recorded on Saturday, June 25th, 2022, and it is going live on Saturday, July 2nd, 2022. The second is that while I am recording this live, I have written myself a script to follow because I think it's very important that I get my message absolutely right with as little of my occasional tongue twisting and stuttering that might happen. Across much of the world, June is known as Pride Month, a celebration of non heteronormative persons. Pride itself is generally celebrated on the June weekend closest to the anniversary of the Stonewall Riot, which happened on Saturday, June 28, 1969. In 2022, that means it was most commonly celebrated on Saturday, June 25th. This year's Pride celebrations in many cities felt more like protests than celebrations of life. This is due to the actions of 5 of 9 justices of the Supreme Court of the United States. 4 of them were appointed by a man who lost the popular election but was still sworn in as President of the United States. As he failed to uphold that oath of office, as well as lied to and deceived millions in the country and encouraged an attack on our government that endangered his vice president, it should come as no surprise that those justices lied under oath and were appointed via rush methods that bypassed the processes established for determining their worthiness in their roles. On Friday, June 24th, they overturned a decision of a previous Supreme Court known as Roe v. Wade, which established the right to an abortion. Those people swore an oath of office that sounds like this. I, name, do solemnly swear, option to use the word affirm here apparently, that I will administer justice without respect to persons and do equal right to the poor and to the rich, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as, name, under the Constitution and laws of the United States. The first sentence of the United States Constitution reads as follows. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. The actions of these 5 justices failed to establish justice, ensured domestic turbulence, destroyed the general welfare, and eliminated the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. They have literally failed to achieve the basic premises of the Constitution, and not just with respect to Roe v. Wade. I mentioned that Pride celebrations felt more like protests this year. That's because lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgenders, queers, asexuals, and every other type of non-heteronormative person know that we're on the list to have our basic rights revoked, and we're high on it. They've come for women's rights and told them that they have no bodily autonomy under federal law. They've taken away the requirement for the police to read you your rights when you're arrested. They've eliminated gun controls. Justice Clarence Thomas is one of the 5, and he cited these 3 rulings as targets for review. Griswold v. Connecticut, in which the Supreme Court said married couples have the right to obtain contraceptives. Lawrence v. Texas, which established the right to engage in private sexual acts both outside of marriage and for purposes other than reproduction. And Obergefell v. Hodges, which said there is a right to same-sex marriage. Now, notably, he skipped the one that allows interracial marriages. Given that Justice Thomas is black and is married to a white woman who has been accused of aiding and abetting a plot to overthrow the government, this does not surprise me. She is protected by her relationship to him and likely knows his secrets. He's protecting himself, but that can't last forever. And it would be unsurprising to see the other four come after that one. The question then becomes how long until they come for the women's right to vote, and we are returned to a country where only white landholding males are allowed to vote. Religious zealots who believe themselves to be Christians while failing to understand or execute any of the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth and pretending he was white like to point out that pride is one of the seven deadly sins from the Bible. It is, but the seven deadly sins are all about taking them to excess. Wrath is also a popular sin to be referenced to this time of year, usually as a joke. But it's likely a lot more serious now. So I'm here to point out that it's a midterm election year. Campaigns are running now, and people are angry. Pride Month ended with June. It's July now. Welcome to Wrath. You reap what you sow.